Acknowledge the negative beliefs. You don't want to ignore it. You don't want to push it down. You don't want to pretend it doesn't exist. Acknowledge and respect all the negative beliefs and thoughts that come up and say, okay, I see you. I acknowledge you. I wrote you down. But now there's a new sheriff in town and I'm taking over, and I'm going to cross you out and reframe with more positive things and emotions and beliefs. Hi, I'm Alize. My channel is all about becoming the most elevated version of yourself through practical action and spirituality. Today I'm going to be giving you 7 tips on how to become more lucky. I personally think, and a lot of people can attest to this, that I am a very lucky person. Everything that I want to do, I end up doing it. A huge part of it is because I am a go-getter and I really do try to go after what I desire. But also, I really do think that doors open for me naturally because I am just a very open and willing recipient to whatever it is the universe wants to gift me. A big part of being lucky is just positive thinking, being a little bit delusional. If I really, really want something, I just assume that I am going to get it. And if I don't, then I assume that it's because the universe is protecting me from something, and that whatever it is that I really want just isn't meant for me, either now or in the future or really ever. Like, some examples might be, if I didn't get a job opportunity, then maybe it's because if I had gotten that job, I would have been miserable there and I just wouldn't have liked it. And that's why I didn't get it, even though at the time I really, really wanted it. Or if in the past, if a guy didn't text me back, then I kept thinking, oh, at the time I was like, I really want this guy to like me and I really want him to text me back. But if he didn't, then I just take that as a sign and saying, well, in the long run, he wouldn't have treated you well. He wouldn't have been a team with you to like help accomplish your dreams. Like, it just wouldn't have worked out for you, for your specific person. So I take that as a sign and say, all right, cool. I believe you. This one's a really crazy one, but when I was really young, like 11 or 12, I went to go get my hair relaxed. And when I got to the salon, they looked through my hair and they said that they found a freaking bug in there. And I promise you guys, I am a clean, and I always have been a clean person, like from my household and everything. Like, there was no bugs going around. Like, this has never been a problem. Like, I really, really did. And then even when we went home, like, after that, like after I got back from the salon, we like went through my hair. We did the whole process of putting in the lice shampoo and like all that stuff, and went crazy, right? But when my mom was looking through my hair, she was like, I don't see, like, she didn't see any bugs. Like, it's not like she looked through my hair and was like, oh, there they are. Like, no, there was none. And then it was fine. Like, I was fine. There was never an issue. But I truly believe to this day, because like things like bugs and everything was never an issue at my house, I really do believe that the universe put that in there so that I didn't freaking relax my hair. I really do think that. Because my hair is obviously very, very curly, and it would have damaged my hair, I think, for life if I had gone through with that process. And after that, I even at 12 years old, 11, whatever, I took that as a sign and was like, okay, I'm not gonna try this again. Also, I was traumatized because I was like, ew, like there's a bug in my hair, that's gross. Like, I didn't want to like touch my hair or do anything to it after that, because I was like, besides like doing the treatments to make sure that it was gone, and like making sure it was clean and healthy and all those things. But yeah, after that, I just kind of took that as like okay, I'm gonna put this on pause for now. And I'm so glad I did, because if I had gone through with that, can you imagine? Like, my hair would have been completely ruined for life. And at the time, I really didn't care. Like, I was like, I don't care if my hair's damaged, because as long as it's as straight as possible, like that just means it'll look straighter. My curls will be gone. I don't care. And now, like, I completely don't think that anymore. So that's like a kind of an extreme example to where I think like things just worked out for me, where I could have ruined my hair. Positive thinking and being just a little bit delusional allows you to shift your mentality into believing that no matter what, things are going to work out. Here are some tips to kind of, in a way, brainwashing your mind and your brain a little bit to shifting into more positive thinking and shifting into that kind of energy that you need to get and be more lucky. Number 1, I explained in my last video the evidence that was found in the molecular structure of water when you speak positive words into it. So when you're like washing your face in the morning and at night, I highly recommend like saying, I am beautiful, I love my skin, I think it's gorgeous, I am glowing, whatever it may be. I swear I've done this and I've noticed like breakouts in my acne and stuff just being a bajillion times better within the next couple of days when I'm being consistent. The mirror is kind of like a window into your subconscious. It's your only way of really being able to see and perceive what you look like in other people's eyes. So when you are looking into the mirror and you are looking like deep into your eyes and you're looking a little crazy, staring at yourself and also speaking your affirmations. Another tip is writing down your goals and affirmations on post-it notes. So mine are really cute because they have hearts on them, and I'm always writing things on them and posting them on my mirror. When you are starting to feel anxious, trying to think and note and catch, what was I just thinking of when I started feeling anxious? I started feeling very bad about myself and I started comparing myself to other people. What was I just doing that caused these thoughts? Well, I was scrolling on social media and I was looking at other people and I was feeling jealous because I didn't have those things that they had. Like, they just seemed like they were having so much fun and I'm not right now. And so I was comparing myself, and that led to whatever, like this whole downward spiral of me thinking negatively about myself and what's wrong with me, and do I need a new dress, and do I need to do my makeup differently, and you know, and then it just goes on and on and on. So catching yourself when you start thinking negatively and writing them down. So every time you notice, hey, like that was actually a really negative thought, and that negative thought caused me to feel anxious or caused me to feel depressed. Writing down so you can see the patterns of what is continuously making you feel this way, and then not only that, but Xing it out and reframing them into something that's more positive and the opposite of that and what's true. And also questioning it too, because sometimes we'll look at those things and we'll be like, okay, so let's say I was thinking this thing and I was thinking, oh, I'm not smart. And really testing the validity of that. Like, is that proven from like the laws of the universe that I am not smart? No, that's not proven anywhere. Really trying to focus on like facts versus these beliefs that are not true, because beliefs are not always true. You can have a belief, you can have an opinion. That doesn't make it true. And this way of reframing and challenging those thoughts is a psychological term called cognitive behavioral therapy. What's great is that you have the chance to control and decide the way that you want to think. You can choose and control your mentality, your thought process, your beliefs. And so that's why it might feel a little discouraging at first, but in all reality, like, it shouldn't be discouraging, because like that's so much power to be able to realize, wow, I have like so much control over myself. You might be thinking like, oh, that's so much like hard work, like how am I ever going to change? That seems impossible. But even just having the gift of knowing that you can change and like you can become a different person and you can grow whenever you want and just completely shift the way you think at a moment's notice, like that's such a gift, you know, like the universe, God, whoever, like gave us the freedom of choice, and we should use that to our full advantage, because that's amazing that we have that ability of freedom of choice to be and think and do whatever we want, however we want. The point is to kind of prove yourself wrong so that those anxious thoughts and those worries stop controlling your life, because stress is the number one thing that is preventing you from getting what you want, from achieving your dreams, from being lucky. If you are stressed and worried and anxious and have all of those feelings, you are literally pushing everything away from you. Your ego is going to want to challenge you, but make it a game of saying, okay, like, I believed this way about one thing, but let me try to prove myself wrong. The way you're going to grow is by challenging those beliefs. Every time you have a limited belief or thought, write it down. Another limited belief might be that good things don't happen to me, they only happen to other people. Is that true? Like saying that good things don't happen to people who look like me because of the color of my skin or because of my sexuality, or thinking that money isn't easy to receive. Like, in order for me to receive money, I have to struggle. It has to be hard. Like, I have to constantly be working super, super hard to the point of exhaustion in order to be rich. that doesn't need to be true either. It doesn't have to be that hard. There are ways to make money and go down an easier path. It's just shifting your mentality so that way you can just start walking down that path to begin with. Because if you're thinking you have two paths in front of you and this is the harder way to make money and this is the easier way to make money, no matter what, at the end you're going to make money. But if your mentality here, like, you can take whichever one you want, but if your mentality is that's the only way, even though it's clearly showing in front of you that it's not, if you truly think that that's the only way, then you're going to choose that way and you're going to go down all the difficult stuff, and you can go over here whenever you want. It's open, it's available, but you're stuck in this mentality of thinking this is the only way. I have to go through this struggle. I have to make it hard for myself. When you can just walk right over. Write down what you are grateful for and write down the proof of that. So I am grateful because even though I don't have a lot of money right now, I do have a little bit. And proof of that is I have this phone in my hand right now that I'm watching this video on. I have this laptop, this TV right in front of me. I have a roof over my head. I have water. I have a blanket. I have a heating system. I have an air conditioner. Like, pointing out all of the things that you do have that cost money that you are able to afford. Every little money tracking, every little bit of money that comes in, even if it's eventually going to go to rent or go somewhere else, like really tracking every single money that comes into your life and being so grateful. If it's a penny that you found on the floor, being so freaking grateful for that penny because it found you. If the universe can see how grateful you are, it's going to continue giving you money. Like, it's like a kid. Like, if you're giving this kid all this stuff and the kid doesn't seem grateful and the kid is like throwing the toy and says like, I don't care about that, you're not going to be inclined to want to give that kid more toys. You're going to be like, okay, like, I'm not giving you anything anymore. So it's the same thing. Like, be grateful for all that you have and more will come in. Going back to the CBT stuff, also thinking about what assumptions am I making about this belief? Like, good things don't happen to me. Why do I have that assumption? Just because someone on social media told me that I should? Just because social media told me that I should be oppressed and that I should feel oppressed, and that must mean I'm oppressed? Like, no, you don't have to listen to what social media and what people outside of you are telling you, because that's not facts. Like, why do you have these assumptions? Challenge those assumptions. Thinking like, what emotion is beneath this emotion? Like, if you feel very angry about something, like, oh, I'm just so angry because of the way that this person talks to me, like, I'm so mad, and the emotion beneath that anger of how they talk to you might be sadness because it reminded you of when you were young and when a bully told you something very similar and it hurt your feelings and it hurt you, and ever since then you put your walls up and you acted like you didn't care, but it really was a wound all the way back from your childhood of feeling that way. That's why now, in order to not feel that sadness and not feel that hurt, you act out in anger and you start being a little mean towards other people and you start saying things you don't mean because you're just trying to protect that sad, hurt little kid version of yourself. Acknowledge the negative beliefs. You don't want to ignore it. You don't want to push it down. You don't want to pretend it doesn't exist. Acknowledge and respect all the negative beliefs and thoughts that come up and say, okay, I see you. I acknowledge you. I wrote you down. But now there's a new sheriff in town. And I'm taking over and I'm going to cross you out and reframe with more positive things and emotions and beliefs. So, goodbye. Notice what kind of music you are listening to and what the lyrics are saying. Shows you're watching, what media you're consuming, what your algorithm. I feel like I say this wrong all the time. Algorithm? I don't know. What is your For You page showing you? When you have a good relationship with spirit, with the universe, with God, with whoever it is, whatever higher power you believe in, it's not going to let you make decisions that are not meant for you. If you are going to make a decision that will impact you negatively, the universe will kindly guide you and lead you somewhere else. It'll say, no, that's not for you. And same also for the things that are meant for you and that are meant to find you. Another mentality shift you might want to be thinking about is the nothing gets between me and my dreams type of mentality, especially for people who are very career driven, and that kind of career opportunity is more independent and self-serving. Like for me, I've been really interested in getting into the music industry, and that path of celebrity culture is kind of known as being more about them. And so just remembering to, just always be kind to others, practice moments of selflessness, being more giving, knowing that you can accomplish all of your dreams in life and more, and not have to step on anybody's shoes in order to get there. That nothing gets between me and my dreams mentality just isn't true, because you can have multiple things at once and you can do it alongside with the help of other people. Just because somebody else accomplished their dreams doesn't mean you can't. If anything, it can show you what is possible, and you both can accomplish your dreams. You can accomplish everything and be a kind person, a selfless person, a loving person, a giving person. The message of this video is to have trust and faith that everything is going to be okay. Try not to let the stress and worry overcome you and consume you. That is the number one thing that is going to prevent you from so much. And it takes a lot of practice in order to change your mentality, to worry less and to stress out less. Ultimately though, if you are a good person, in your heart, in your core, good things are going to find you and good things are going to come towards you. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember to choose grace, move with intention, and elegance is a mindset. I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.